It's the Where Broadway Meets Talent podcast. Each month, we take a look at the performing arts scene in the Rogue Valley and visit with the artists who bring the shows to life. From Camelot Theatre in Talent, here's your host, Brian O'Connor.
And welcome to the Where Broadway Meets Talent podcast. I'm Brian O'Connor, and so good to have you here for our latest episode, which we are taping during the City of Angels opening night after party here at Camelot. Throughout the night, we'll be talking with some of the cast and designers of the show and get their insights on City of Angels, a great comedy that you don't want to miss. It runs through May 11th here at Camelot Theatre, winner of 6 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. And we're going to start things right now with Zach Verdon, who plays the fictional detective Stone, and Ryan Lane, the screenwriter Stein. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to have you here.
Pleasure to be here.
So, opening night, happy opening. This was a great show.
It's just a little thing.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of work we put into it.
That's awesome. Man. That is awesome. The crowd was into it from the beginning tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So
it is a high energy show that moves very fast.
Definitely. So let's start with you, Zach. You are a fictional detective in this story. So for those who aren't familiar with the story of City of Angels, it's basically 2 stories going on at once. We have Hollywood, real life Hollywood going on, and then we have a fictional detective story that's going on. And the cool thing about this is the real life Hollywood is all vibrant color and everything else. The film is black and white, monotone, and that is Kate Landon's lighting design work. Tell me about Stone.
Stone. Well, first of all, everyone in this story either wants to beat me up or seduce me. That's the nice way of putting it. And yeah, it's just a blast. Like I get a lot of good stage combat, and I get a lot of fun, just zany, crazy work with everyone because, it's Hollywood, kids.
Yeah. A lot of good one-liners.
A lot of zingers. Yeah, this is a guy who's like, look, like he's lost the one thing that he really was living for, which is, I don't want to give anything away, but he's kind of a guy that's got nothing to lose anymore, and a devil-may-care attitude, and he's just, I think his happy place is staring down the barrel of a gun, like that's where he's alive. Right. And that sort of danger and intrigue is his world that gets him excited. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now your character throughout this play is being written by Ryan's character, Stein. So tell me about Stein.
Stein is, I think we calculated that he's a 7-time novelist. This is the first time he's been offered, in 1948, an opportunity to adapt 3 of his novels into probably a trilogy, all involving Stone. And this is the first, and we see the trials and tribulations of working with the Hollywood system at that time, and the eponymous Buddy character, who is both writer, producer, director, everything else that you can think of, self-titled. Yeah. It's a lot of fun to see the relationships between characters, and I'm not going to jump the gun on you, but the fact that both Stone and Stein are played by only one person, and we have the rest of the cast playing so many different roles. It's so fun to see the juxtapositions between our 2 characters and the plethora of supporting cast that we have. Mm-hmm. I don't even want to say supporting. Everybody's integral to the story. There is no supporting.
Right. Everyone is epically involved in the show.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
From characters to singing to offstage and shifts in between scenes, and like we do. Everybody does everything.
Everybody does everything.
This is a really big show. Yeah. I mean, acting wise, but also technically as well, with projections and again, Kate's lighting, where half of it literally is black and white, and then it goes to color, which is a really cool effect. And then everything else that's involved here, it's just epic.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, not to mention the freaking music. I mean, it's outstanding, and it's. The timing of it is very jazz, and it's like, it's a lot of fun to play with. 16th notes, there you go. Yeah, and it runs all over the place, and it really like asks a lot vocally, and I think also just lyrically. Like this is there's so much storytelling that's happening in the lyrics.
Yeah.
That to stay on that, like it's taken a lot of work, and then. I don't know. Like it translates so well, and then but it requires a lot of athleticism in the beginning to learn this darn thing.
Yeah,
Right.
And then once it's in there, then you're like, you feel like you're riffing, which is what I think the intention of the music is.
Right.
I think that 6 Tonys was what they won on Broadway back in the earlier 80s for this show.
Late
And
80s.
Late 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
89.
I think it was 91, actually.
91.
I think it was,
True. I think-
it was
yeah.
in that era. Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
But needless to say, Cy Coleman's music is just phenomenal, and the story rides the music.
Right.
It's just phenomenal to be involved with music that from the very beginning was challenging. I mean, even in auditions, there was a lot of fear.
How long can you hold that?
Yeah.
Now do that twice as long.
17 beats, 19 beats, something like that.
There are moments, a couple of moments in the show where your worlds actually come together and you cross over. Yeah. I don't want to get into too much detail.
Don't want to get too meta.
Too meta, but it's really cool to see the interaction there. Some fun scenes that go on there with you too.
Yeah, for all of the work that both of our characters do in this storyline, there are very rare opportunities for us to actually work together. That was the interesting thing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get to work with Zach.
Well, that's kind of,
But not
it's
really.
kind of the thing is like, I'm like, if I'm not on stage, then Ryan's on stage. That's pretty much how the story is structured.
We get to watch each other's scenes.
That's great.
I don't. I have too many quick changes.
Admittedly, I do as well.
The
Yeah.
prop charade.
Good God, props.
Cigarettes.
Talk about your experiences working with Todd Nielsen. He's such a great director.
This is my first time working with
too.
Todd. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he's absolutely wonderful. Like he came into this. I think actually in the case of this show, it really helped that he had a previous experience with the
Directing
show
this,
and
yes.
a passion for it. So he kind of came in and like was able to really steer the ship, because I think coming into this and flying by the seat of your pants would be impossible to pull off.
I mean, Todd was singing the songs with us as he's teaching us choreography. Like he knows the script by heart, and the passion that he has for it is unrivaled with a director any director I've worked with before. I would say that every single director who has been as passionate as Todd really has not had the same insight to a script that I would say Todd has on this one.
Right.
And the music. And quite honestly, it was I had wanted to work with Todd for a couple of years. I had talked to a couple of people who'd worked with him before on different things, and I think I reached out to him like a year and a half ago on LinkedIn or Facebook or something, and I was like, hey, my name's Ryan. I really want to audition for one of your shows, and just let me know when you're having auditions. And we stayed in contact, and he let me know that he was going to be auditioning for this show. And I mean, I love film noir. I love 1940s black and white detective film stories, and so I knew I had to be in the show.
Yeah.
He comes across as a very thoughtful director.
His visual capability of imagining the layout of the stage, and as you mentioned, the juxtaposition between the color and the black and white world. Like, yes, this has been done on stage before, but this is wholly unique to Todd's vision, and to have someone who knew so strongly what he wanted in an uncompromising way was very helpful to me to be able to try to work towards what I felt like he wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
What I really like about Todd is the balance between this is a choreographed moment and this is a moment where I want you to find the truth of the character as as yourself, going through the discovery process. And so there's that, but then there's also like, but we really need your hand to go up on this moment at this angle, and it's like, but it does create a beautiful visual picture. And we talked a lot in this show, since it's in a film world, of where's the camera?
Yep.
You know, is this an over-the-shoulder shot? Is this a close-up? Things like that. It's a wide shot, and then so that really changes our movement and our intention significantly.
Well, in the show, I think like this too has to be very collaborative.
100%.
100%. And I think he's a great director for that as well. Favorite moment in the show, without giving away any spoilers?
There's quite a few. You go first. Do you have a thought?
He lit up right away.
Well, you know, for me, okay, so I have to say that by the time I think I get to the Mallory scene, it's just so much fun. And I get to be, yes, I'm still on stage, and I've been on stage for like 7 scenes in a row at this point. But it's like, oh, this is her song, and I just get to witness it. And Alyssa Herzog is doing
She's fantastic.
such a phenomenal job singing that song that like I often am just like, there you are, girl. Yeah, get it. Like I'm listening to her sing, and it's so fun to kind of step back and just witness it on stage.
Yeah.
I would say that the songs that I get to share with you, Zach, are probably my favorite part of the show because of the intimate combativeness of it, if that's a phrase I can use. And the fact, again, that we really haven't got to be on stage very much together. So when we've sung the songs, and as I was joking before we got on that at least one of us knows the lyrics at all times, so we can look at each other's lips and sing the right words. But no,
I think we're both getting there.
Yeah.
You'll have it by closing.
By closing for sure.
But for those who are listening, we actually do know the lyrics.
Yeah, we do. We learned our parts.
But I honestly have really enjoyed, because I've got to see you perform so many times and really never been able to work with you before. And so, I've really enjoyed the Stone and Stein moments.
It's really fun to end Act 1 on such a banger. Like, and we just, and it's also just like, it's forte, you know, it's full voice, it's blasting, it's, two guys having an argument.
And quite honestly, a surprise to the audience.
Total surprise to the audience. Yeah.
Not that we're giving anything away.
No, not at all. We are here at the opening night after party for City of Angels, which opened at Camelot. Only a 4-week run. It goes through May the 11th. Tickets are going quickly, so you don't want to waste any time getting yours at CamelotTheatre.org. Visiting with Ryan Lane and Zach Verdon from the show. Thank you so much for taking time to come in and chat with us.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
And we are now joined by the director of City of Angels.
Oh my gosh.
Todd Nielsen, and the assistant director, Emily Sullivan. Thanks for checking in.
Yes, of course.
So, first of all, happy opening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What a great opening night. The crowd was into it from the very beginning, and just seeing the people as they were leaving, smiles on their faces, and just, wow. Just
That's
an incredible
great.
show.
That's great. Yeah, a nice big full house. And all weekend, I think we have full house.
Yeah.
Yay.
As I just mentioned, seats are filling up, so go to CamelotTheatre.org and get yours while you still can. So, Todd, tell me a little bit about, we've talked before about the show, but kind of tell me a little bit about how you approached this.
Well, it's a challenge because it's 41 scenes, very much like a film. And what's great about it is the scene work is they're all like little plays, sort of very short little plays. And so it's really fun to work with, and there's only a couple people in those scenes. So it's very fun to work sort of one-on-one with small groups like that and really explore the show that way. And then on the other side of the flip side, then you have the musical numbers, which are staged and choreographed and really rather specific. So there's that. And then there's a couple of big crowd scenes. So you have that to deal with. And on top of that, just dealing with the difference in style between the realistic Hollywood 1940s and the black and white movie. Which we were able to sort of get into as we were in our final weeks. I'd say, okay, now that's a frame shot right there. You want to stand this way so that it looks like a movie, and you heighten it a little bit so it has that sort of film noir 40s style.
Right. So a lot of this is also achieved with lighting, and there's an interview that's going to be coming out on our YouTube channel and on social media that we did with Kate Landon, the lighting designer. really phenomenal when you see, there's a scene where you see Stein and Stone on the stage. One of them is color, one of them is not. It happens a few times, several times throughout the show.
Yeah.
And it's just stunning.
Yeah, yeah.
It really is.
She's brilliant.
Yeah.
She's brilliantly lit, the show.
Right.
It's very, very, very well done.
So, Emily, you came on as assistant director, and this is the first time you've assistant directed. Is that
yes,
correct?
This is the first time I've done this.
Well, congratulations on that. And what a
you.
great director to shadow. As
Yes,
I've
of
said many
course.
times, Todd is one of my favorites. And I've learned a lot from him just watching him hone his craft and continue to work here. Tell me about your experience with City of Angels.
Oh gosh, this is an insane show for it to be my first time assistant directing. Yeah, no, it's even just the first read through. I was like, this is gonna be insane that we're putting this on, but I knew that we'd be able to pull it off because Todd is such a wonderful director. Yeah, no, this has been so much fun to work on. I'm so glad that I was able to be part of this show.
Yeah. What would you say was one of the biggest challenges once you started rehearsals and you started seeing it come to life on stage? Was there a moment that sticks out for either one of you?
Trying to think. It's been such a blur.
Sure.
Yeah, it really was quite a blur.
I mean,
I know one difficult scene is the final scene in the show,
Yeah.
which involves everybody, involves the entire cast, and involves a series of. There are a lot of fights in the show too, so
Yeah.
that was something that was challenging. And the final scene involves a lot of the trick of rewinding and the author rewriting at the same time, and so you have 18 people on stage that you're trying to orchestrate. And that's a challenge. I'd still like to go back in and work on that scene actually. So
A lot of choreography.
a lot of
there.
nuance, nuance and things. Things I discovered tonight from the audience reaction. It's always good to have a few more previews, and you never really get a
Yeah.
chance to do that, where you
Right.
can figure out how people are going to react and then adjust the show accordingly.
It's been nice having the audience because I've mostly been the hype person for the show, laughing throughout the entire rehearsal. So it's nice to be like, okay, I think it's nice for the actors too to be like, okay, it's not just Emily laughing at us. This is actually a comedy.
I did hear that when I was here for the final dress rehearsal. I was like, Emily's here. She's in
I'm
the back.
here.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Your biggest cheerleader. Yeah,
It's
fantastic.
because everyone's just so wonderful. And like, I was talking to my dad about it, of like, I'm still laughing even after seeing the show for 6 weeks because it is just that funny and everyone is so talented.
We were talking with Zach and Ryan just a few minutes ago, and one of the things that they said was that there's not really supporting actors in the show. This is
No.
one big ensemble of actors.
Yeah.
Everybody is there for themselves or for each other, and you know. So I thought that was a really cool observation.
Yeah, it's different than like what I would say traditional musical theater of like there's no big dance numbers, but like Todd was saying, there are like the scenes where everyone's on stage. But yeah, everyone is, even like technically the ensemble is still like a very big supporting role, which I mean, honest ensemble for every show is supporting, but
Sure.
even more so in this show.
Right.
Then we have our quartet
Yeah.
as well, who kind of are our Greek chorus. And they actually started rehearsal 2 weeks before we did
Yeah.
the main rehearsals, because the music is so complex and they sound fantastic.
I think the first time I heard them, it might have been even their first or second rehearsal. Immediately, the four of them blended so well together, and it gives you chills. And then you see them now,
Yeah.
you know, with full costume and tech and everything else, and
yeah.
they bring so much. It's just, I think you referred, or you kind of compared them to like a Manhattan Transfer or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And totally. I mean, they're
Yeah,
great.
it's very slick and classy. And
Very much
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Well, City of Angels runs through May 11th. Again, you want to get your tickets soon. Go to CamelotTheatre.org. They're having the opening night party just on the other side of that door. So if you're hearing the crowd, that's what you're hearing right there. want to thank Emily Sullivan, assistant director,
Thank
and Todd
you.
Nielsen, director of City
Thanks,
of Angels.
Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Brian.
Now joined by Mark Ropers and Alyssa Herzog from City of Angels. Greetings
Hello.
Hi.
and happy opening.
Thank
Yay.
you.
Yay. So you actually played two different characters. Both of you played two different characters in the show. So I want to talk about, Mark, your character first. Let's talk about Buddy.
So I think Buddy, if there's a bad guy in the play, then it's Buddy. And I think I was thinking about this today actually, and I think that Buddy is this is not how to act guy.
Yeah.
Because he's just everything that's just reprehensible, but in a charming way, right?
Right.
In a reprehensibly charming way. So he's really fun to play in that way.
Right. And then you have Irwin.
Irwin S. Irving.
Yes.
Really tough name to remember. He's fun too. He's just he thinks he's bigger than he is and just has money. So
Yeah.
that's why he's so big.
That's right. Tell me a little bit about Buddy's role in the play.
Well, Buddy is the director producer of the movie that's being made throughout the play.
Right.
And he is helping, in his mind, the development of this story. The story from the book, which is a best-selling book that's doing great, and
Right.
Buddy is going to Hollywoodize it.
Yeah.
And make it a commodity type of thing.
Right.
So he's working on making it kind of fit the cookie cutter things that he sees it should be, and brings Avril's character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Alyssa plays Avril, who is someone who is supposed to die early or get killed early. And is supposed to get killed early, and so his idea is that he's going to, get her into the story more.
Right. Right.
And again, kind of wrecking the story. No offense, but
No, you're right.
just kind of wrecking the story that it was.
Right.
And just putting it into that cookie cutter.
Right. So, I mean, Buddy is that character that you kind of love to hate.
Right.
In a way.
Yeah, exactly.
That producer. Yeah.
I'm Team Buddy.
Your team
Yeah.
buddy. You're
I'm
on,
Team Buddy. I'm
Nice.
hashtag Team Buddy.
So, Alyssa, you play a character in the real world and then a character in the movie.
Yes.
So tell me about those two characters.
Well, I play Mallory in the movie. She is the character that goes missing at the top of the show. So I get to sit pretty backstage for like an hour, which is kind of fun.
Right.
But she shows up risque in Stone's bed and then kind of sets the whole, mystery further. And I also play Avril, who is playing Mallory in the movie. And, they're very alike in how they go about their business and getting what they want.
Right.
So, yeah, it's been really fun.
Right. How is it going back between two characters like that for both of you, actually, in a play?
My character, I've got one very short scene and then I die.
Then you die. Okay, so for you, it's not as
It's
tough.
not, no.
And then for you, Alyssa.
Well, for me, they're pretty separated by act.
Okay.
Mallory is the only character I play in the first act, so that's pretty easy. And then they kind of switch back and forth. It's more Mavril. It's more Avril. I've been called Mavril before on stage, but
Yeah.
they're
It
pretty
happens.
similar.
Sure.
I play more Avril in the second act, so she's a lot ditzier, and I love to play that. I think that's really fun. But she still knows what she wants and what she thinks is gonna get it.
Right.
But it's really fun, and especially it's fun to play with Ryan, who one of the characters that does not go along with Avril's plan, so she has to work a little harder, and maybe she doesn't always get what she wants, but maybe she does.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely a huge, huge show. And it's just tremendous. I mean, from the time it started tonight, I mean, the crowd was into it, and when the audience was leaving, I mean, they were just smiles on their faces, and they were just having such a good time. So it's working.
Yeah.
It's definitely working.
The music is so incredible in this show. It is so much fun.
If you love jazz, I mean,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is film noir, golden age of Hollywood jazz stuff. I mean, it's amazing. It really
Yeah.
is. Was the music hard to learn?
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, actually, Buddy's got one song, and that was the thing that really made me go, oh, this is interesting, because it's not just your typical, ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And there's some tempo changes and that kind of thing in it.
Sure.
So that for me really was one of the draws. I was like, oh, good, he's got a nice little song. He goes out there, and then I found the character that I play, and I was like, oh, this is fun too. So. But yeah, the music was probably the first draw for me. When I was auditioning, I was like, oh, that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And for you?
I love the song that I sing. I sing Lost and Found in the show. It's like a very slow, sultry jazz number. I get to use a lot of like really rich tones, which I think is really fun. I love singing jazz. It's not something I sing enough. Yeah, more musical theater stuff, but it's fun to be able to like use that tone of voice. And it's also just a really fun song. It's very playful at the same time of being seductive. And it's so much fun. I love that song.
It's funny. I bet you that if you were to ask every person who has a song, like, oh yeah, I love this song that I sing, for the people who have multiple songs, like, oh yeah, I love this bit. Not that they don't like the other songs, but there's always something that draws you in, and you go, oh yeah, that's not typical.
Sure.
As far as typical musical theater, like you're talking about.
Well, this is definitely a show you do not want to miss. It runs through May 11th, so get your tickets at CamelotTheatre.org. They are going fast. Alyssa Herzog and Mark Ropers, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
It is opening night for City of Angels here at Camelot Theatre, starting to wind down this episode of the Where Broadway Meets Talent podcast. Going to close things out with Camelot's executive director, Dan Hauser. Welcome.
Hey, this has been a great night.
Man, this was what a great show.
What an amazing cast and crew, and the designers. They've done just overboard.
Right.
It's like every time we do a great show, you think, how do you top this? And by golly, they did.
They did.
The music is just stellar.
We were just talking about that with Mark and Alyssa. If you were into jazz and film noir and the golden age of Hollywood era, this is definitely the show for you.
Exactly. And I was actually really impressed because some of these singers have been around for other shows, and the way they've just pulled together with this jazz voice. Yeah. I got to give Don Harris a lot of credit as music director. He just pulled together just an incredible team.
Right.
And they sound amazing.
Yeah.
So, and the actors, and there's a little tinny, I noticed the mic is doing something like a little tinny thing to their voice to kind of make it more like the film noir.
Yep.
Because I thought at first, like, oh, something's not working right. What's going on? It's like, it's planned this way.
It's period now. Yeah.
And the lighting, I mean, people will be blown away with the show.
Yeah.
So again, now the bar's up that high. What's the next one going to do?
Right.
So,
exactly.
but, coming up, we've got Guys and Dolls this summer, and that's going to be an amazing show as well. So I just think that the quality of productions, we are so fortunate to have such talented people in this valley that, most community theaters just die for one or two talented people, and we've got such a plethora of people here. We've just been so fortunate, and you turn around, you recast a show, and it's just dynamite. So Todd, phenomenal job as the director.
Right.
Don Harris, music director. Kate Landon. And just there's so many people to thank, and even C.B. Burkhart with the set. It's so cool to see that black and white turn to color, back to black and white, back to color.
So I mentioned earlier, there's an interview we did with Kate Landon, the lighting designer for the show, which is going to be on our social media and YouTube channels here very soon. And you get to see that firsthand. And it's really stunning when you have an actor, when both stories are running at the same time, and you have one part of the stage that is just that monochrome black and white, and then it's vibrant color on the other. It's like, wow.
It's very cool.
It's very cool.
Like when you first see the very first scene where the singers come out and it's all color, and they're like introducing it, and then all of a sudden they snap their fingers and it goes monochrome.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's very cool.
It really
is
is
very cool.
And it just carries that whole theme throughout the show. And I gotta also say, with a cast this size, it is huge. you got to give credit to the stage managers and the assistant stage managers for just corralling all those people and getting them on task for the directors and the designers to get them to you. Yeah. So again, a lot of kudos go around to this cast, and they did a great job, and they had a fun time tonight at the party, which is good.
We could hear that as the podcast started.
They were blowing off a lot of steam because they were
were
working themselves hard, and this has been a 8-week and a 6-week rehearsal time, which seems like a long time, but not when you've got this much complexity to a show.
Right.
So they did a great job.
Yeah,
we're very
absolutely.
proud of them, so.
City of Angels, directed by Todd Nielsen, and it runs through May 11th. So just a 4-week run. Get your tickets soon at CamelotTheatre.org. That's theater with an R-E, because they are going fast, and you want to get them while you can. So Dan Hauser, Executive Director, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks. No problem.
And that wraps up this episode of Where Broadway Meets Talent. Thank you so much for listening in with us. Make sure to tell your friends about this podcast, like and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Brian O'Connor, and we will see you at the theater.